Hey, everybody, it's Scott Steen with winnersandwhiners.com coming to you with the Thursday edition of Today in Sports Betting. As always, I'm joined by Scott Reichel to take a look here first at the NBA. Scott, I know we get on here and bitch about the NBA card a lot, but mainly because we're spoiled. But today, it really is a terrible NBA card.
You look at all the matchups, and I guess the best one is Denver-Toronto. So that kind of sets the bar, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's as close to two playoff teams, I think, as you're going to get in this one, right?
Well, Nets and Pacers, technically, if you want to count the Pacers as clinging to life.
Pacers? Okay, well, yeah.
Kinda. I mean, with the East, I guess they're clinging to a potential play-in spot, but that team's injured like crazy, and they're not very good.
Well, that is the game that's on TV, Scott. It's going to be
That was the segue.
Your Brooklyn Nets against the Indiana Pacers. As far as the number goes in this one, is it going to be one of those rare ones we have a total? It is not. We have a side only in this one. It's the Brooklyn Nets -9. Sabonis, Scott, is going to be out for this game.
Is that official, or is that just...
That is official.
Okay.
I spoke to him right before the show.
Okay.
I don't see any way to play the Pacers here. I just don't. Brooklyn may not cover, but I in good conscience, in no way could play Indiana under these circumstances.
Yeah, you got to play the Nets. Now you look at how the Nets have played lately. I know this team right now is the 1 seed in the East, but they've also had a bunch of injuries all season long. However, Durant is back, and he has looked pretty sharp. The Nets have done a pretty good job of limiting his minutes and limiting his, I'd say, I don't want to say role on the offense, but they're not forcing him to shoot 20-plus times a game. You look at Durant's last game, for example, he played 33 minutes, attempted 7 shots, 17 points, 10 rebounds. So he had a pretty solid game efficiency-wise, and he's kind of just letting the game come to him. Nets have won 3 in a row, playing an Indiana team that is, well, they're not good without Sabonis. You're looking at this team, 29-32, 11-18 at home, so they're not even good at home. They did win 3 in a row before losing to Portland, but when you beat the Thunder, the Pistons, and the Magic, what is that equivalent to? 1.5 wins?
Yeah, that's the thing. Everybody's going to, they're going to look at that and they're going to go, well, Indiana's, they've gone 7-5 in their last 12 games. Yeah, you're right. They, like you said, they beat Orlando, Detroit, Oklahoma City, Houston, Memphis, Orlando, Minnesota.
You're saying you go through the recent games, they lost to Portland at home by 21, lost to San Antonio at home by 15, lost to Atlanta on the road by 12, lost to Utah on the road by 8. I'm pretty sure that's the game that Mitchell got injured in, and they were up by a lot and then fell apart in the second half. I lost the Clippers at home by 11. You can keep going.
Yeah, you get the idea.
Against good teams, this team stinks because they're not very good. And against bad teams, well, good for them. They can beat the Magic. So,
yeah, and they give up a ton of points to good teams too.
They can't stop anybody. I think the Nets will probably score 130 in this game.
Yeah, I think they can call their shot. And that's a little bit what I'm worried about. Sometimes the Nets call off the dogs a little early, but Nets defense has been playing better. I think these should give the defense a boost here.
Yeah, I love the Nets.
I think you got to lay the points there with the Nets.
I'm not even trying to be biased because I'm sure you know that when it comes to my fandom, I'm very easy to jump at fading one of my teams if I think it's a good spot. The Nets should win this game by 15 plus.
Right.
If they show up and look anywhere near interested like they did against Toronto for about 3 quarters against Toronto, and since they're competing for a 1 seed, they still have something to play for. I'm going to go official on it. Especially with Sabonis out and Turner still being injured. I don't know how this team is going to get any stops.
No, I agree.
You're using who? Brissett is your center who's 6'7"? Like, good luck to you.
Yep, agreed.
So, yeah, I'll go official with the Nets.
Little short number there on Denver, Scott. Denver -3.
Well, it's a back-to-back. Wait, where do you see 3?
What's that?
You see 3 where?
I'm just looking at that on my handicapping site on StatFox.
I see 4.5.
You see 4.5 on let me see what I got here.
I see 4.5 on FanDuel and DraftKings.
Yeah, DraftKings and FanDuel are the only ones. I don't know where they got that 3, but yeah, that's a little more in line. I still think that's too few points. Again, I don't understand the attraction of this Toronto team. I know Denver's inconsistent.
We both hate this Denver team, though. So it's.
I know, and they have a habit of winning and not covering. And yeah, I get it, but
I can't take Toronto.
No, you just can't. I mean, again, it's a Toronto team that is playing better basketball. They won 5 of their last 7. They've covered 5 of their last 7.
Don't get me wrong. If Toronto wins outright, hypothetically, would I be shocked? No, but Toronto is not very good. No. They're fine, but I got to assume that Denver, with their length, is just going to be too much for Toronto to handle.
Who stops Jokic, buddy?
It's our signature question that we ask every single time we have a matchup where one team doesn't play much defense, especially on the interior.
Jokic, Giannis, Embiid, Doncic. Those are the guys. Curry? Who's going to stop them? That's the question you always have to ask yourself.
It's not even just Jokic anymore, though. Like Michael Porter Jr. has also been great. Who's going to go?
Yeah, he has. I know he's been. You look at his stat line, and you see a lot of mid-20s up there, 24, 27. Yeah, he's.
Ever since Murray got injured, he took a bigger role, and he's been great. But once again, you wonder who's going to guard Michael Porter Jr. either. You're going to throw Siakam on there? Like I don't know. I was distracted by Siakam because I watched the Nets game against Toronto because as a Nets fan, that's what you do. I'm pretty sure he went 2 of 16 from the floor. Like he was just awful for the entire game.
That's ugly.
Lowry showed up. He actually had a decent offensive game for once.
Yeah, this is a Toronto team that has been playing good defense, and it's a good thing because they have not been scoring much at all.
No.
So I just don't think they're going to have. I don't think they're going to have enough juice for Denver. This is a Denver team that's put up 120 or better in 5 of their last 7.
Yeah.
6 of their last 8. So yeah, that's.
I just don't think Toronto's going to score enough to keep.
No, I'll take Denver here. Anything else in this card you want to mess with?
Well, there are a couple other games. You have my. I don't even know what to call it anymore because the run is dead. But the Thunder is still playing. So
Thunderstruck.
Yep, but of course I gotta like the Pelicans there at 9. I know the Pelicans are a team that drastically underachieved this season based on the talent on the roster. Then again, you look at their guards and you realize, wow, these guards are terrible. So that factors in. But they lost a very close game to Denver yesterday. A game they probably should have won, or at least I don't even know if I can fully say that because Denver blew a lead late, but. New Orleans hung around. They were a Zion layup away from sending the game to overtime. So they hung around, and now they play Oklahoma City off a win. I got to assume Oklahoma City's won their one game.
Woo! A party. They're giving everybody the day off like the day after you win the pennant.
They're going to party a little bit, and we know that the Thunder can't guard anybody. And you're looking at the likes of Zion and Ingram. They might not play any defense, but the team can score.
Yep.
I got to assume they're going to put up a bunch of points against Oklahoma City.
Milwaukee stay focused against Houston, Scott?
I'm going to assume yes because Houston is awful.
Yep.
We liked Minnesota against Houston in their last game, and Minnesota ended up covering. But Milwaukee's laying 13. Do I really care? No. I think you can take the first half, first quarter, third quarter, or who cares? I just think that you're going to go into this game, and the Bucks are just going to do what the Bucks do against bad teams. Kind of like what the Sixers did against the Hawks tonight. Hawks, of course, extremely shorthanded. And you can just tell from the get-go, this game was over in about 3 minutes. And I think if the Bucks want to end the game in 3 minutes, it'll be over in 3 minutes. All
right, very good. Anything else?
No, and I don't want to sound like we're only taking favorites here, but, the card is pretty awful. I guess if I was going to play one dog, it would be Minnesota plus the 5 against Golden State. But Minnesota's not very good, but with Russell and Towns and Edwards, they have something there. It's not very good, but it's something. And we saw Golden State play against Dallas, so I'm sure Golden State will get back on track in this one anyway. But besides Curry, they got absolutely nothing.
No, they don't.
And they can't guard Towns. So I think Minnesota can actually win this game outright.
Okay. All right, very good. As always, if you're looking for information on these games or any others, don't forget to stop by and check out winnersandwhiners.com. Deep dives and predictions into every game every single day. Always there, always free. winnersandwhiners.com. And for myself, for Scott Reichel, for all of us over here at Winners and Whiners, appreciate you guys watching today. Wish you nothing but the best of luck. Hope every one of those tickets in your pocket turns into cash money back at the window. All right? You guys have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out me and Reichel doing our live draft video tonight. we call it our show, our live draft show.
It's called the live stream, but yeah, that works too.
Live stream. That's what all the kids are calling it. A live stream. There you go. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be doing that for the first, 10 rounds of the draft or so before we get bored.
10 picks. 10 rounds is a little bit.
Or not 10 rounds. That'd be a while. We would definitely be bored by the end of 10 rounds.
That'd be about a year and a half because there's only 7 rounds.
But especially those last 4 rounds, they're going to go slow. But we are going to be doing the first 10 picks, roughly.
Also, not just going to be draft stuff, of course. When you're waiting for the timer to go down, we'll speculate. But we'll also talk about some live bets that are going on, some games. We'll space it out.
It'll be a veritable potpourri of fun. So
yeah,
you guys can interact with us. You can ask us questions, things like that. It's always a good time. So make sure you stop by and check out our live stream. All right. So for now, that's going to do it for the show. Make sure you stay tuned and check out our baseball show right around the corner. But for me, for Scott, for all of us, we appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time on Today in Sports Betting. Take care, everybody.